Hey mate, what's going on?
Rose, nothing much. How are you?
Well, you know, living my best life, living the dream,
Mm.
excited about life. Yeah.
Really?
So you were very quiet at the meeting.
Hmm.
Didn't really say too much.
Hmm.
Why?
I like to listen to other people's opinions.
Okay. But surely you have some points that you wanted to bring up yourself, right?
Most of my points were brought up, and or I spoke for Michael, and that was kind of my thing. My issue with that house is the idea of people always want to shout about something, but they never come with any solutions, and that was kind of my point, which I got across in that meeting was like, if you have a complaint, you've also got to come with some sort of solution.
Hmm. Hmm. I think that meeting was not really productive at all.
It wasn't. It's not going to be when you have two people who are literally opposing forces at every single step.
And having Nick walk out of it was incredibly frustrating because he didn't hear what I was going to say,
Hmm.
which was that if we keep it as unanimous, we're fucked when it comes to progression because shit just moves so fast. We need to know now.
Hmm.
But he
And that
left it the
is,
word
yeah,
fucked.
yeah. But it's also kind of a big showing point that he was talking about respect and then walked out in a meeting. How he felt disrespected, then he went on to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Ellie is Reggie. When it comes down to that house, the only person whose opinion it comes above all else's is V's, because our choices can directly affect her in a way that we can't foresee the same way she can. So if she's not happy with something, I'm going to hear her out more than I am the rest of them.
I've tried my hardest to be uh, more of a fence sitter in the point of saying, this is
Mm-hmm.
the option for this. This is what's going to happen. You do what you want with it. I couldn't give a fuck. But it
Mm-hmm.
seems like the house is that incredibly disjointed that no person in there is the driving force for the household. They're the driving force for themselves.
I'll slightly disagree with that because I have yet to benefit off of that house.
I don't think anyone's
So
ever going to benefit from the
yeah,
house.
but I mean, even minorly, like I have stuck by every single decision in that house, and I've stuck behind everyone that's made one. I've supported you with Nikea. I've supported Mick with his tantrums. I've supported Dolly and Manny every time they have a meltdown. So I don't think that everybody is in that mindset. Just the loudest voice in that house who have that mindset.
Am I right in saying you're not happy with the being in the house?
I'm not unhappy in the house.
Okay, let me reword it. If you had a choice to jump to a different house,
Nope.
that so you wouldn't
Nope.
do it.
Nope.
You think the same
Go
about
through it.
Michael?
Michael is very reactionary, and Michael's very reactionary. He's also a leader who doesn't want to lead, but doesn't want to be told what to do. He's a lone wolf trying to learn how to be in a pack.
Yeah, we had the same problem in Seaside.
Luckily, I'm able, well, most of the time, I'm able to kind of Well, he has those like kind of moments where he's like, I'm leaving. I'm able to kind of discuss it with him, and slowly in his own way, he comes back to the realization that he has it very good in the house. Because he does. And the guy doesn't realize that he says jump, and at least 4 people in the house goes, how high? He does not realize that, and he does not acknowledge that. And that is a problem in itself.
You know the crazy thing?
Mm-hmm.
It was exactly the same for him in Seaside. Exactly the same. He had it so incredibly easy and had people that would do anything for him at his word.
Yeah. Aim for Diamond Dogs. The moment you go, okay, if you want all this power, you got to lead. He goes, no, I can't, and runs away.
I think I don't take this any other way. I think if Michael were to decide to leave, you would go with him.
More than likely, yes. Because I'll say it as plainly as I can, that I went all in on him, and he knows that. So, actually, no, I disagree slightly. It depends on why he was leaving. If he was leaving to join another group because he's throwing tantrums over the house, I wouldn't leave with him. If he leaves for a legitimate reason in which, like, there's no, like, result of it, then yeah, maybe.
Okay. Hmm. You know when Mario asked if everyone's happy in the house?
Nobody said yes.
I was the only one who said anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, this is okay, and this is why I may have overstepped boundaries with the vote the other day, but nobody else was going to do anything. That meeting was going to go nowhere, and nobody was going to do anything about it. And the reality was is that shit needed to move. We needed to change the layout. We needed to get the blackboard up. We needed to do these things, and nobody was going to move on it. It was just going to be a lot of, oh yeah, let's do it, and then it go nowhere.
I'm being honest with you. The only thing that I don't like is that we move to majority. Now, don't get me wrong. I wanted that. I did.
Yeah.
I 100% wanted that. But I know that it is going to cause more issues
It will,
with
yeah.
us just doing it.
Yep.
And
When we moved
Nick
to
couldn't
majority,
give
there was... Go ahead, sorry.
Nick couldn't give a real reason as to why no. I think it was quite a very good compromise for house stuff, like people moving in being unanimous, but everything else like heist and room layout, all that kind of shit is majority. It's irrelevant, but I know that Nick's gonna feel a certain type of way, and Veronica didn't even get to vote. So
yeah, she did.
she did. What did she say?
She did, yeah. She voted yes on everything, and then told me that the only thing she wasn't voting on was the crime house. In fact, the majority ended because she voted. And at that point, she's the only one that I was really waiting to vote, because she's the only one who's going to be directly affected by it. So I closed the voting. She was 7th to vote.
Oh, I was talking about voting for majority versus unanimous.
Oh, that one. So this is the thing. That one I think can go back to that. We can go back to that one, and we can be like, hey, let's discuss this all again as a group, and just kind of, because I agree. I don't think it's fair that she didn't get a vote.
Yeah.
And I do want her to have a vote, like, because the problem with unanimous is the issue that we brought up is that means that one person can basically hold the house hostage.
Yes.
And that's why everyone got annoyed this time, was because it kind of, this is my thought process, and everyone does it, like everyone does it, including myself. We go, okay, we don't mind what happens, we just want to be told. And then they're told and they're upset, like, why didn't I get a say? And it's like, okay, so which side are you on? Do you just want to be told, or do you want to say? And they kind of like circumvent it and go, I just want to know. And it's like, well, that's not true. And I wish they were more open about the fact that they wanted to say, because at least then, because right now we're working on basic like tantrums. They come back and they go, why wasn't I told? And it's like, well, why didn't I get a choice in this? Why has it just happened? And you go, well, because you said you just wanted to be told.
if I'm being honest, I don't foresee these issues being rectified.
Neither.
Which is frustrating for me. Because I could have been a lot more heavy-handed in some things, but decided to take a step back, so I'm not trying to take over. And I think Nick has a big issue with me. When the point is, when I challenge Nick on things, I do it because I know other people might not do it, but also because I look at a lot of things quite logically, and I don't put emotion into things because I look at it from other people's point of view. Again, I'll harp back on the Ikea stuff for people getting money for that shit. It's good for people. They get the money.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
unsure where
point,
I don't know where most of the money's gone. That's the shit bit.
Yeah.
Because I think
we don't.
I think a lot of it's been going to V, not me. And if
I think so too, yeah.
if that's the case, then I need to work that out because I just keep sinking money into it, and I need her to pay Billy. Yeah. Billy still needs to get paid. It's like it's just under 30k that is still owed after what has already been paid. So I keep pissing money in for materials.
Well, yeah. And the other thing is that, again, this is where the house is always going to have an issue, is that Nick said it, the betterment of the house. But the reality is that nobody can see what that betterment is because let's look at their bedrooms. Everyone's paid for their own material, well, I don't know if anyone else has, but I have. As you know, I've been paying you for our own furniture for the house.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is the betterment in the house? And he said the bills. And I'm like, dude, with how much we've made, those bills should be covered for a year.
Yeah. Every bit of money that I've got from Ikea has literally been pissed back into materials. I paid a portion to Billy, myself, but everything else has gone back into materials. And sometimes I even go out and get wood. I don't get paid for that shit. Some of the things that I got wood for still goes to fucking Billy. Yeah. But I think I'm very close to being done with Ikea itself as a whole. Just in the sheer point that it's pissed me off too much in the small amount of time that it's been there. Yeah. And having Nick not say anything when I put all that stuff about Nokia and the payments, and then him acting clueless when it came to the meeting and talking about it, that really rubbed me the wrong way. In the fact that it was just frustrating. It's not hard to fucking read something and respond to it.
No, it's not. No.
The shit was there for a fucking while.
That was my feeling yesterday with the voting system, was that like when it got to the point where it'd been on over 12 hours, and I was like, if you haven't bothered to even do it, like at this point, if you haven't bothered to even look at it, because Michael hadn't either. And I'm like, and the main point, and most of those points were done in favor of Michael.
I did it first.
It's like,
or second after you.
Yeah. Well, my vote was anyway because I did both, so mine was void anyway. So it was a case of, if after 12 hours you still haven't read that shit, I've given you as much like leniency as I can, so we're gonna go with the majority and it's done. If even V can vote on it, and she's not even around, I don't have a lot of excuses to give you guys.
Yeah, I just know Nick's gonna feel so. And that's the shitty thing, is that I just wish that he listened to the rest of my fucking sentence instead of just waiting for an out to storm off from the meeting.
Yeah.
I swear that's what he was doing, was just waiting for something for me to say for him to storm off.
And that's disappointing because he was the one who was saying that he felt, you know, he felt disrespected and he felt like he wasn't being included. But it's like, how can you be included if your answer is to walk out?
I did also find it interesting that he was saying the money for Nike is for the betterment of the group, but what Michael did was actually for the betterment of the group, and we had something tangible from it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to throw that out there, but I thought about it as soon as he said that.
But Yeah, and that's the thing is that it doesn't matter with and it's with both of them again. It doesn't matter how much you compromise. One of them is always going to be upset over it.
Yeah.
Because they're brothers and they're just going to butt heads, and that's the reality that we have to have in that house. Is a case of we either let them duke it out themselves, or we go, okay, well the rest of us think this way. You two have to go deal with it. Sort it out. We're going this way. That's the only way we're going to be able to deal with it.
You know, that's a crazy thing to think of, right? Is both of them have the ability to lead, but neither of them take that opportunity.
Yep.
But then also
Yep.
like to complain about things that
Leadership.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of wild. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's the same for fucking Manny and McGregor. They were there and they just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're but like less McGregor, because McGregor just kind of goes with shit. But like Manny will then complain about stuff, and it's like, well,
Oh no, he did
you
it
had
straight
the
away to
chance.
Dahlia on the phone.
Yeah, yeah, he had the chance to talk openly to everyone, and they all chose not to.
Yeah. Which is why I don't mind bringing up the points of contention, because I don't care about being looked like the bad guy to someone when I challenge them on their bullshit, right? I don't honestly care about that shit. But the things that annoy me and piss me off are when people don't want to sit there and actually hash it out. They want to throw a tantrum and just walk away. That shit's
Yeah.
dumb, because again, that comes down to me and my lack of emotions and understanding why you're going to sit there and let your emotions boil up so much that you're just going to throw your fucking tantrum and walk off. But be a fucking adult, sit down and talk about it.
I mean, I get saying, hey, can we have a 5-minute break just so I can collect myself? Cool. Yeah, we get it. But I agree with you. And a lot of the issues that came up, I didn't have to say anything because either you or Dahlia were getting to the point before even I could. So I didn't have to say anything. And I'm also one of those people that will speak up if I disagree versus, well, like as you saw, I went head and head with Nick about twice. Because he wasn't, and the thing is, I don't disagree with anyone's point. Like, they're all valid and they all bring a good point to the table. But it's the fact that, like, they don't come with a solution further than the argument.
Yeah. Hmm.
Wong's working at Senior Buns because he got fired from Group 6.
I actually got fired?
Yep.
Interesting. Small said that he could still work there today. It must have changed his mind.
Maybe. But one card, he said, as of a few hours ago.
Oof. He's going to be down bad now.
One is, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to go do Group 6 because A, I have no one to do it with now, and B, I'm just going to get robbed.
A lot of people are going to be pissed off that they can't work there, so they'll take it out on the other workers.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Just not going to work there for a little bit. But it also means that I have no money coming in at all, so I'm like that's where I'm at. Other than Ikea, that's it.
You heard about these moonshine runs?
I heard. I haven't heard all of it. I've heard how to make it though.
So Small said you've got to be down in the sewers to be able to get the still and be down there for, I think he said like an hour or some shit. And it costs 1,200 or 1,600, can't remember off the top of my head.
Yep.
Once you've made it, he said he made his. He doesn't think it was that good of a moonshine, but he went up and did the run and got $800 out of it.
So Reed was telling me that if you make moonshine, you can either get between $18 for a shit one and $100 per for a good one.
And how many is it in a run?
I think it's 10.
Oh, so his wasn't too bad then. If he got 800 for it.
Yeah, they were saying that the recipes they pay like $100 for if it's good.
Damn, okay. You can get $1,000 for doing that.
Yeah. And the only downside is that it fucking hurts down there now because you've got to search boxes for the ingredients
Yeah.
down in the sewers. We did it yesterday. We found like moldy bread and moldy apples, but that shit we went down with like 50 bandages each and both left with none.
Holy
That
fuck.
shit hurts. It hurts, and we were down there for about 50 minutes.
What?
It hurts.
Fuck that.
Like if you're just down there not doing anything, it's a lot slower. But if you're searching or you're running or you're doing stuff, you are hurting so much quicker.
Jesus, okay. I mean, I don't want to wade through people's shit, so don't foresee myself ever going into the sewers. I found it interesting about the moonshine stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he wouldn't speak to us at first, but he said that I have 5 rep with him, so likes me with 5 stars.
Nice.
Ooh.
Did you end up doing those HVAC parts for Billy and I?
Yes, we did, and okay. I don't know if you saw what happened yesterday. We went and did the joy run. We ended up with like 5 to 10K worth of money, and we went to start doing it on the machine, but our machines are just ass, and like you only do like $50 an hour. So we asked if we could just take a loss at VU, and then we did.
Okay.
The money's like there's 5 grand in one of the drawers and 3 grand in another. So, and I've got another 1,500 on me.
So what was it worth for the 7 parts?
We got about he said about 600, 500 boxes of jewelry. So it wasn't exactly 100 per. It was under that, but it wasn't bad.
What does that equate to in money though?
Well, a 200 jewelry makes 1,500 in cash, like dirty cash. Let me do the maths there. Around $7.5 each piece of jewelry.
Well, whatever came from the parts, just take whatever you want as a cut and then just give the rest to Billy when you see him.
Yeah, for sure. Also, here's a fun one. If you work for Group 6 and somebody fences and you take that jewelry off of them, there is a chance that you are snitched on.
What?
So I physically cannot touch anything that has touched Group 6. It's gone through fence at all.
Holy fuck, alright.
Yeah, because apparently yesterday Kaiba was saying that he somebody fenced Group 6 bags and gave him the jewelry, and then he got fired from like I don't know if he has a felony, he didn't know, but this was before that took effect. He was like he got mad at me in Group 6 because of it.
Jesus Christ, okay. So, what are you actually doing with yourself, Jenny? I know you wanted to do crime, but like, what are you doing for yourself?
Nothing.
Okay.
Literally nothing.
What are you going to do to
bit of money
change
goes
that?
into an investment. I don't know. I don't know where I fit in, Reg. That's the problem. That's the issue. Like I'm like everyone else. I don't know where I fit in. And right now there is such a limited thing you can do. Like I've been running jewelry this morning. That's what I've been doing. Anything that like the house needs doing that is an up job, I'll just go ahead and do it.
How'd you go with doing the roof running stuff? You done that?
We did it once, but then Dahlia's been doing it most days with McGregor, so I've kind of just let them do it.
And I know you wanted to do the hacking stuff, so you should be doing that stuff.
Yeah, I should be.
See, this is my problem, right? I've done a lot of this shit before. Yes, a lot of it's new. Don't get me wrong. I've done a lot of this shit. That's why, like, when the question was asked about who's going to the highest next, I can stand back and be like, I want other people to do it. But I think a lot of people get caught up in the whole, it's new, I want to do thing, and not think about, hey, Jenny's been a cop for the most of her fucking life, and she said that she wants to learn this hacking shit and do this. Let her do it.
but you also know that I'm one of those people that will start back and let everyone else do it.
No,
for
you
more
will.
enjoyment.
And that's the shit thing, right? Is you don't have enough people in that house that want to stand back and let other people do it. And then the person that should be doing that shit is also standing back. You need to pep up a little bit more and say, hey, yo, I'm doing this. Who's coming with me?
Yeah, I did that yesterday with Jewelry Mac. We ran jewelry for a couple of hours. I mean, I don't mind doing it. The thing is that I don't know. It's one of those things where everyone's complains so much. It's like, I just don't want to hear the complaints. So if I step back and I don't have to deal with the complaints, I'd rather do that.
Yeah. Hmm.
You want to come down and see Michael with me?
I'll probably just yell at him.
I mean, he's deputy mayor right now. You can go yell at him as deputy mayor.
Fucking bullshit. 500k for your fucking sponge shit.
Hey, they fired everyone from Group 6 overnight.
And now, if you got a felony, it's just something not too crazy. You can't even do your G6 job anymore.
Touch the money. Everyone's gonna be a grimer now.
Fuck, man.
Yep, everyone's gonna go grime.
See, that's the dumbest part though. Like 500k for that, and I said it to him, and he just laughed. It's just like, oh, then they just have to work it back up. They could do that. Second, I'm in a meeting. What's up?
Another meeting? What the heck?
Yes. What do you want?
Why you gotta be such a prick all the time, man?
Okay, I will talk to you later.
Wait. Oh, okay.
What?
Wait, before you go. Hey, get this. So, never mind. I'll just talk to you later. All right, bye.
Fucking Billy. It was with you bringing Billy to the meeting. He ain't joining that fucking house. I ain't bringing him in on that shit show.
I mean, he's involved in it as far as it goes, because I didn't know if we were gonna bring up weed and stuff. In which case, he needed to be there. The reality is that he's on our app. He's in our house. He spends all his time in our house. He does crime with the people in our house. Like, I get our house a shit show, but he is pretty much in there as much as anyone else. So if anything came up that directly involved Billy, I didn't want to be like, like fucking stuck because he wasn't there.
I think that Billy should have been a part of the house, but the vote ever comes up, I'm gonna say no, because I don't want to bring another person into this shit show that's currently there, where too many people are incredibly disjointed already. Billy's done more for the house than some of the people that fucking live there.
And that's why I wanted him there. And that's the point, is that like he should come into the house, because maybe that's the equilibrium we need.
Like, I even asked if Billy can come in into the fucking workshop to drop off the wood to make it easier and that kind of shit, and drop the pallets there so I can just throw them straight in, but I don't know, man. It's just
literally, but the point was that even Nick didn't question while he was there. He just accepted it. Because the reality is that Billy's doing more for the house than most of the people in there.
yeah.
Also, Billy just got kicked out of Wong's house, so
Why did he get kicked out?
on his own. Because he's not doing the weed with them anymore, so there's no reason for him to be there.
Yeah, well, I may have already found him a new home.
Yeah, where?
KJ and Smalls.
But we're gonna lose Billy.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose Billy.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be involved in the shit show that's our house.
The house is never going to improve, though, if we don't bring people in with different attitudes.
I don't think our house is ever gonna fucking improve, Jenny.
I'm going to take over, and then it won't. I'll make a suggestion box, and then every time it's full, I'm just going to tip it out in the bin and be like, that's what I think of your suggestions.
Jesus Christ, okay. That's... Now you're forgetting the point of contention, the owner of the property. You know, I have a question about that. Wasn't Veronica supposed to be the owner of the house?
She couldn't be because if she got raided, it would blow back on her. If anyone got in trouble, it would have come back on her government job because she was housing us all. This is why this is why the crime house is actually a very good idea, because then we separate this shit.
I don't know what to do. I just foresee the house remaining, lack of better way to say this, disjointed and lazy.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe not lazy, more self-serving. What?
Mm-hmm. If KJ and Smalls asked you to go to them, would you?
I've already asked several times for the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm. You're not?
Well, so far I've told them to fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was at their house meeting, and their biggest problem is that they don't have a direction and someone to help push them in that direction. That is their biggest problem, is that none of them are stepping up enough to help guide everyone, and they're falling behind from it because they're sitting at $5 coin a day, but then they're also slinging all this fucking weed and doing weed shit. They don't have... None of them are stepping up to do that shit, and that's the frustrating thing for me to watch, is that I'm watching them fall behind because they don't have a person with the ambition to push them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a shitty thing, right? Is that they're capable to start doing it, but none of them have that drive to take over. And then you look at our current house, and it's the opposite to a degree, where you have many capable people to do it, but it feels like there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah. And the issue with our house as well, Reggie, and I'll say it out there, you know me, if there is a gap that needs to be filled, I will fill it. And I did in PD. I fucking went to lead because no one else would, and they cried about it. The problem with that house, though, is that it doesn't matter who is going to be made leader. There is going to be at least 3 people who are unhappy that that person is in charge.
Yes.
And then you're like, okay, then you do it. And they go, but I don't want it. And it's like, so why are you getting mad at the person who wants to lead if you don't want to lead?
Yeah. I do know if one person leaves that house, a lot of people leave at the same time, right? I'm not meaning one person in particular. I mean, people will see that as an out.
It'll domino. Yeah. Between you and I, Michael was contemplating going to HOA, but I don't think he is anymore because what he's looking for in all of this is not going to get from the HOA, just like he's not going to get from our house.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
No.
You can see Michael's very easy to read.
Yeah.
Things, and you could tell that he already is done with a lot of stuff just from the stuff
with
that he
one
said.
foot out the door. Like the reality is, Reggie came in with 1 foot out the door already.
Yeah. I think that's his general being, right?
Yeah.
That is his thing. Yes. See, my thing is always to make sure that I have contingencies in place.
Yeah.
Like, if everything goes to shit and I'm finally done with it, I know that I can just move in with KJ and Smalls without a fucking a day where I'm sitting by myself, right? But if I do that, then that means that I will be leading them. And the reason I specifically stay away from leading stuff, the same reason as why even people would call me that shit in Seaside, is the sheer fact that there is that chance that I get jack of everything and I get in my chaotic mood and everything fucking falls to shit from it. Because I don't have that person to rein me in, because now I'm the person reining in others.
Yeah.
That's specifically why I always said, didn't matter when people said that you should be a leader of Seaside or treating you like that. I don't care. It's because I have that chaotic side that when I snap and shit gets bad. And I know if I was to end up just going and being jack of it and leaving, then Michael will stand out and dip.
Yep.
You will go with Michael. McGregor will go with the two of you. Mari will leave as well. There ain't no way McGregor would stay in that house by himself.
No, I'm on about me and Michael. I don't know if I go with Michael right now.
Would you really want to be left in a house with yourself, Dahlia, Manny, Nick, and Veronica?
Honestly, at that point, I'd probably just go back to PD. Just say, fuck this. Or I'd go be a fucking judge or something.
You didn't even get to do your crime shit. You want to go sling weed with me?
Sure. I gotta go see Michael first, and then we.
I was joking. I'm not really slinging weed. That was.
I just say yes to everything at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd rather fucking gouge my eyes out than sitting there slinging fucking weed on the corner. I don't know how the fuck KJ does it.
So that was my thing, and that's kind of where I feel like everybody kind of didn't understand the reason. So I backed out of weed, in case you didn't know. I backed out of selling because, and I had a very good point for it, was that I did not want, as a brand new, just free from PD fucking person, I did not want my first crime to be caught was slinging fucking weed on a corner.
Yeah.
Like, or getting shot up. I was like, that is such a dumb way to basically break into this world.
Yeah.
And I said that I didn't want to do it. And then Michael was like, I'd prefer if you didn't, because I don't really want to be caring if you're shot all the time. And I'm like, well, that's another thing. I don't want to go and be fucking, like, I watched the fucking local walk up to Denver, pull out a gun and shoot him point blank in the face. It was so dumb. And I was like, I don't want that to be me. So I backed out and I was like, no, I'm good, because I have a legitimate reason, which is I haven't broken in there yet and I don't want this to be my first. But then everyone did. And I was like, this is, why?
Yeah. I thought that weed shit was doomed from the start, because a lot of people looked at the money that could be made over the reality of it.
There was no money. There is no money. There is no money in anything to do with crime right now.
No.
It is not the money maker. The money maker are the civilian jobs. You do it because you want to get to the next step.
Yes. What's your thoughts on moving to KJ's house?
I'm not leading.
Yeah, cool. Good point. Fuck. They do need a hacker.
Ooh.
They are talentless schmucks when it comes to hacking.
Oh, so our house is too. That's funny.
Yeah. I'm too boomer.
I'm not good with the typing stuff. I'm too slow, but everything else I'm great with.
Yeah, how's that fuckwit's fucking the height of him? Oh, it's so easy, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Yep. Yep.
Some people have strengths in other things and others can't type that fucking quick. Fuck you.
I can do 3,000 words a second. What do you mean?
You
you're not
fucking
fast?
nerds. Yeah, I couldn't believe the height of that cunt when he said that, mother.
And me neither. I was just like, dude, not everyone got the same access to shit you did.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I openly admit that I'm fucking dog shit when it comes to typing. There's a lot of other things that I'm really fucking good at, and I hide a lot of my abilities because I'd rather other people do things. Like I said, I've been around. I've done a lot of shit before.
So our group really thinks that like they do not know what assets they have in that house, and they undermine the assets they have, and it fucks me off so much.
I
And
haven't.
our house is the king of telling a doctor how to be a doctor. I'm like, why are you doing that?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Which one of you fucks used the high quality chair to put it in front of the desk? Is it Dahlia?
I ain't no snitch.
I saw that and you had a fucking aneurysm.
Nah, I ain't no snitch.
A high quality chair for the fucking computer desk? Like, what the fuck is this?
I ain't no snitch, dude. I bought all my furniture.
See, that's also my problem. Is you bought your furniture. Dahlia still needs to buy hers. Shit disappears out of the box all the time
Yep.
without it being recorded, and I don't know where it's going. But I also don't want to accuse people of just that happening when it could just be in the house somewhere. But it's also, I think I'm sick of fucking Ikea, to be honest.
I think there's just nobody. Everyone is doing half the job. Not you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about everyone else. Like people don't record on the inventory when they take stuff out of boxes and stuff like that. They just don't do it,
Yeah.
and it just makes everything more complicated. And then it's like, oh, we need to sell, but then all our high quality stuff is gone because everyone's fucking taking it and nobody's telling that they've taken it. And then I'm having to stand there and tell my client that it's going to be an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's.
So I made sure that we had 1 to 2, depending on the item, of each of the high quality, so it made it easier for everyone. Next day I go in, we're already missing the majority of the shit. I'm like, why? And then we're also missing materials too, and I'm just... Yeah. I don't fucking know, man. It's just a headache. And it made it so much more difficult, and this is no one's fault. Made it so much more difficult that we didn't have a business account.
Yeah, I did.
If we had a business account, everything would be accounted for easier. I could chase things up better. I wouldn't have to pay out of my own money for materials and make sure that that's done. Billy could get paid on time because all the money's fucking there. You know how stoked he was when I gave him his first amount of fucking money? Because I did it from one of the sales that I did. And it was a big ass sale from Marty. I think Billy got like 4,200 or something like that. And it was just like, holy fuck. I'm like, yeah. Still more to come, but I just need to get the rest of the money. That was a little bit ago, and then I gave him another one which was like 14,000 and something. It was fucking near blown away from that. It's good to see him actually getting paid, because I know that he wanted to get paid and I wanted him to get paid, but then I also didn't want to have to try and work it through with how to do it with everyone until the point where I was waiting for someone who's making the company to say something. I'm like, you know what, we're paying him now. So from a certain point, after we'd done a lot of the research and development for a lot of the shit, it just got to the point where he starts getting paid, and he gets all excited, and now he's got to get back paid even fucking more, which is good for him, but it's just shit that I'm having to wait till I see Veronica to get him paid, find out where all this money's gone. Because I don't know where Dahlia gets money paid to. I don't know where Manny gets money paid to. Nick and Veronica would obviously get it paid to themselves. Me, I have it with myself.
To you and to V, depending on like if you're around or not, so I can tell you.
Okay. Me, the money stays with me because I just put it back into fucking materials anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm also sick of being fucking poor.
Yeah, that's another thing.
How much do you think Nick was pissed off when he said about how much he's been doing selling and I pulled up the fucking receipts?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Nick, you've done 4 sales. Get off your high horse. I knew that was gonna piss him off, but I had to. You can't sit there and say it's so easy to do. You just do this. Bitch, you've had 4 sales. Relax. Come on.
I mean, if you look at the numbers, there's a clear showing of who has been selling, like who's been selling the most.
And the whole point was for me not to sell, so other people could make money. That was the. I literally said this the whole time. I'm not customer facing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get it to a good point so it was beneficial for everyone. And it's just turned into this big fuck off headache. And it's not even my headache. That's the shit pin.
Yeah. They took it out of your hands pretty early on, so.
Yeah.
That's Michael's complaint. He never agreed to do Nikea, and then he was expected to, and that's his complaint.
Michael was never going to do Nikea.
No, he wasn't.
Anyone who's known him for fucking long enough knows he wasn't going to do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm at a little bit of a crossroads on what I want to do at the moment.
Between you and me, I moved out of the storage room on Friday.
Moved out of what room?
Storage room. The room I had with Michael at the house.
Oh.
Took all my shit out and went back to the apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like my hidey hole though.
Yeah.
Did you see it yet?
I found Michael in there the other day. He was like, Jenny, I found where's Reggie's hiding shit. I was like, okay, leave it there. Yeah.
I haven't finished doing it.
Mm.
But I think that's a very good hidey hole if finished properly.
It's great. Yeah, it's great.
Like, could you imagine having a gun in there and someone home invades and you just go straight in there, grab the fucking gun?
And just grab it and go. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's even like that little wall now that will help block when you peek and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to put like a fucking like pin a rug up over it or some shit like that. Make it even better, but yeah. I think it's a very good place for us to hide a lot of our shit that not everyone needs to know about, so they're not always going in and out of it.
Yep. I haven't actually been in there myself.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
It's got decent storage in there though.
Yeah. Get it all out for yourself.
Well, it's not even mine. It's all house shit in there.
Yeah.
It's just a hidden shit from. The less people go in and move around and that kind of shit, the better it is that it's a set and forget.
Yeah.
And you pin a rug up over there, you know, put all the hot shit in there. Because Dahlia knows exactly everything that was there too. And if shit happens, just run in there, grab the shit and get out. That's it. It's all in one room. Done. You don't have to go and check every single individual place. It's just boom, there, out. That's the whole point of that room, is just this is where all the good shit is. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Me neither.
But I do know that I don't want Billy dragged into the shit. Because it's It's just not a. I think our biggest problem, to be honest, was that we didn't know what we were going to do from the very start. It was a house for us all to have a stepping stone and that kind of shit. And the next thing, it's all about progression, because you got to adapt to the city. And then some people are still stuck behind.
Yeah. And
No.
the city is not giving you any sympathy. Like, okay, so reality is that we were so lucky on that fucking heist. We were so lucky. Like that is a testament to Michael there, because we were so lucky to grab that thing. If not, we'd have been shooting ourselves in the foot for the next 2 weeks. Instead, now we're ready for the next one. That's because somebody moved at the moment that the city asked you to move, and we didn't hesitate.
Yeah.
And that's what the family doesn't understand, is that there is no room for hesitation. We're gonna have to dive in first into it, and if you can't do that, then you need to find something else that you can do, because people can't wait.
We are one of potentially 7, unless people did more than one, groups that did that and have those parts.
In a city where we are already in 5 numbered state IDs.
Jesus Christ. It's like, that's wild to me, and that shouldn't have even been a fucking point of like any kind of fucking argument.
No. It shouldn't have been.
Because I did not think that we ever fucking would be one of 7 of anything.
No.
That shit.
But we were. And this time we're even more ready for it next time. And we know that we're going to grab it instantly, and we know it's going to be a fucking war zone.
Oh, has anyone told you about the laundromat yet?
No, I just know that you can break into it.
Okay, so you can pass this on to the others in the house, but it stays in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You can get one of the colored USBs from doing it.
Nice.
You need
So you
to
gotta do it.
cut the power. You can smash the machines and get coins. Coins, they're only quarters. So you need to exchange that into money.
The exchange place, yes.
Near the VU.
Yes.
So it's only representative of a quarter. Each coin. There is a safe out the back. The safe didn't get hit by what I was told. However, they did get a red USB, which means that it goes towards Monkey Man by the sounds of it, because he wanted USBs.
Right. That is okay. Realistically, that is a complete. That is a progression table. That is nothing. We are not going to make anything from it. The investment of that is extreme for what you get.
Yes, 100%. I did not get an answer back whether or not you keep the multicolored USB clipper chip, fucking whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
They were unsure because they didn't do that part, but that's what I've got so far from it.
That is insane. So you're getting back a USB and some quarters for 50 buck coin.
Plus the buck coin for the other one.
If the clipper is
doesn't
taken.
return, yeah.
Oh my god, that's
expensive progression, especially considering that means you need potentially 6 if he does give other colored ones to give it to him.
So again, that is a complete progression thing. It's not going to give us any funding or any money in long term. It's completely progression based then.
Yeah.
With the added element that now, if we do get caught, we could lose all our jobs.
I'm still safe.
You're safe, I'm not.
Because I keep tanking down my tow rep. I've given up on it. I'm now at 266, down from 375.
Yep.
Good times. But yes, that's some very interesting information that I got for us. And you would have to do it by the sounds of it 6 times. 6 times 50, 300 plus the thing is what, 20 or 25? How much was it?
What, the clipper?
Yeah.
It can be there's 3, I think there's 3 different kinds. There's 3 prices.
Yeah, but for the standard one, I can't remember if it was 20 or 25.
25. No,
Okay.
it's 50, wasn't it? That's what we wanted 50 at the
No, that was the original one was 50. Now it's gone down to either 20 or 25. And then the tier 3 one that Michael saw was 100.
So every single time, no matter what, you're looking at an investment of 75 Bitcoin minimum.
Yeah, times that by 5. What's that? Fucking
375.
75. No, more than that.
375.
Uh,
Yeah, 75 times 5. It's technically 6, right?
Oh, it's times 6, yeah.
So it would be 450. 450 times 3,000, which is a going rate of Bitcoin. We're spending $1,350,000 to get 6 USBs.
Yeah, but ain't no one really gonna be fucking selling it, right? Bitcoin.
No. Well, yeah, they are selling it because people want it for the high stuff. But again, it doesn't matter if we can make 50 Bitcoin a day. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like it's all going to. It's going to be a money dive for circuit boards. Okay. Well,
You know that I did like fucking 30 minutes to 45 minutes with Dragon today doing sanitation, and we got like fucking like 300 and what was it be like 330 materials just for that small amount of time. Fucking crazy.
reality is though, who the fuck in our house is going to do it apart from money?
Yo, Matty should have been doing it a long time ago, and I kept telling him to do it, but now I'm starting to do it, so there's that.
Okay.
Because I'm fucking sick of asking Manny to do this shit. I don't know why he didn't just fucking start doing it like I told him to ages ago. Maybe because he's a fucking bum.
Who knows? Who fucking knows, honestly? Who knows with this house? Who knows?
Alright, well, I'll let you go. Let me know when Michael's done being at City Hall, because I don't want to be around a whole heap of people. Thanks for the
I'll
chat,
go tell
though.
you I'll go if it's empty, I'll call you, okay?
Alright.
In a sec.
Alright. I told you I'll find out if she's moving. She already moved her shit out. LOL. We got it. Ah, fuck. It's such a crossroads. Do we just fucking go with KJ and Smalls and take fucking Billy with us and just full send that shit and pretty much fucking have to lead them and butt heads with KJ when you're having to push him? Or do we just stay in the hope that it's going to get better at the house and keep pushing with that? Because going to KJ and... I got the hiccups. Going to KJ and Smalls will be a step back. That's the problem. It's a step back. Like, I would like the current house to succeed. I don't foresee it succeeding. Step back in the fact that we're actually making Bitcoin and we're doing these heists. I mean, the problem is not just Nick, though. It's too easy to blame him to be the problem, because it's not, right? The problem is the dynamic of the people that we have there. I think time zone's an issue for me, because usually Reggie's alone, the majority of it. Usually they're not all waking up till like another hour from now. Between now and like an hour is when they're usually waking up, when I've been around for like fucking 5 hours. Like it's easy for you to hard push and get the fucking circuit boards and shit, right? I think that it's something that's quite doable, like what Reggie said in their meeting.